illegal ham in the face. But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fattboy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Fatty, and Big Bry.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome on into another episode, a special episode of Illegal Ham to the Face. I know it's not Tuesday. It's Monday night. It's prime time, 7:30. The Guards are getting ready to play the hated White Sox here in about 10 minutes. Big rigs on the mound, but we're going to get through this show and have some fun tonight because I got some special guests. So thank you guys so much for joining in tonight. Shout outs over the weekend. Had a great birthday party with the kids, everything. We definitely had a blast. Also, I got to get the sponsor out here real quick, which this show is brought to you by. There it is. Dubby. We have today's stream powered by Dubby Energy. Get clean, crash-free energy with great flavors and ingredients designed for focus and performance. Head to Dubby Energy. Use the code Network216 and save 10% on your order today. So please go click that right there. Everything's right there to click on. Go get it and let us know. All right, I'm back. So with that being said, got the sponsorship out of the way. I called up my boy Big Mike and said, hey, Mike, I love you, buddy. I got to get somebody on ham that I have not had on ham. I need your help. I was like, can you get me a guy with a beard that maybe drives a Cybertruck? Actually goes down towards my neck of the woods where I grew up, down towards Tuscarawas County. He said, yeah, I can do that for you. So first off, let me bring Big Bike here from Game Time 216 and Off the Rails, part of Network 216. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on? What's going on?
You look so tired. You need to take a couple shots of like monsters right now.
Listen,
a little Red Bull injection.
I've already hit 2 of those today. Probably after this show, I'm going to go to sleep because I got to get up and do this all over again tomorrow.
You don't want to go 1980s style like we talked before the show started and just, you know.
Nah, the snow doesn't need to fly around here.
All right. Well, let's bring in our other guest. Typical Browns fan show. Also, you see him on Bearded Browns podcast, everything. Angel Ortiz is joining us tonight. Angel, welcome to your first slice of ham.
What's up? Thanks for the invite, guys. Love the name. Very interested in how that came about. Maybe you can,
I can definitely get that.
Expound on that.
I'll get to that right now. We had, so my co-host and I worked together for years. And when the pandemic hit, we were like, dude, all we do is talk sports and food. So we might as well get a show started. And we didn't want to do, and don't take offense to this, please. Anybody out there with we didn't want to do like the dogs podcast. We didn't want to do this because we didn't want to be pigeonholed into, because we talk all Cleveland sports. We talk food. We do trivia. We have all sorts of fun with it. So we wanted something fun. So as we were sitting at work one day talking, it was going to be, we had an eligible ham downfield because we wanted some food to go in with the show. And we were sitting there talking about that. And there was like 3 other names. And I finally looked at Brian. I said, hey, what about a legal ham to the face? He goes, oh, yeah, we're offensive linemen. Legal hands to the face, legal ham to the face. Oh, yeah, I'm down for that. And it just stuck. And we've done it. So every time that I get a whistle on TV and I hear illegal hands to the face, I'm like, ham.
That's good. Good to know. And when I got the invite, I'm like, legal. I got to figure out how this guy got this name because it's very creative. I like it.
Well, and I don't know if you saw our logo, but we've changed. Yeah. We had to change our logo a couple of times, but we got the pig here with the cigar and the Browns hat with the Guardians and Cavs beer in it because we just figured it'd be fun to do. We did have the original. I don't know if I still have the original one here or not, but it was actually it's behind me.
Yes.
So he's a Michigan fan. I'm an Ohio State fan. And that's the original design behind us with the chicken wing in one hand, whiskey in the other. And into a nice recliner. So yeah, it was we had to have fun with it. So I mean, we're not as good as the Bearded Brown podcast, and especially everybody that has beards on there. I'm jealous.
Yeah. Hey, because most of them do have hair on top. I don't have hair on top, so I make up for it on my chin. So it makes me look better, I guess. If I look like a balded baby, I don't think my wife would be attracted to me. So I got to keep some beard on my face, kind of make me look manly, right?
Hey, that's 100% right. We have crossed paths in a similar pace at some point in time before. You guys and I used to go there quite some time. JB's Tavern there off Brook Park. Used to have a pool team out of there, and the French bread pizza that they made there when everything kind of got taken over. Fantastic. And I saw a couple of shows you guys did live from there. Love JB's Tavern. Great people there.
Yeah, that's a nice little spot. We did a draft show there and a couple other shows. But I think we're scheduled to do one more there, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, they're good people, good local establishment. If you're in that area, man, hit that place up. They got good. That French bread pizza is really top notch for sure.
Yeah, it is, and especially with that fresh bread. As soon as I saw you guys talked about it, I'm like, tell them to get the French bread pizza. Gotta have the French bread pizza. It's amazing. Really we'll take you there soon, Mike.
Yeah.
He knows I love him.
Yeah, I'll have to drive up and
drive 4 hours. Well, I invited him on the show one time thinking he was local. He's like, I got to drive up for Cincinnati. I'm like, dude, you make it sound like you're local here. Like, my bad, but we'll work that out.
Make the drive. That's not.
I know you. I got you. I got some ideas.
Oh, he'll definitely make the drive. He did it for our draft show at.
That's Flyers. Where I saw him. That's why I thought he lived local, because I happened to go into an establishment, and I'm like, crap, dude, I see you all the time on TikTok and Facebook and stuff, and we got to talk for a little bit. So that's why I thought he lived here, but he said no, I was just visiting. So
literally right before the draft show.
Yeah, right before I went in there to grab some food for the guys. Yeah, I went to grab some food for the guys, and he was right there. I'm like, I know that guy. And I was like, I can't leave without saying goodbye. What's up, KP Young? Sorry, one of my followers just said what's up.
No, you're fine. You guys getting a lot. Okay, I haven't got the comments going on because I'm pretty sure Justin's in here too.
Justin's in there.
Oh yeah, Justin's in here. Everybody's in here. So, Justin, Angel, thank you for streaming on yours. I appreciate it. Raul's in here. What's going on, Raul? I appreciate you in here. That's some of the regulars there. Justin will get kind of crazy here in a little bit, so I'm just letting you get prepared for what's about to happen, because Justin kind of goes off the rails too, and it gets kind of weird sometimes. You'll see some giggles out of everybody. But since you're new to the show, Big Mike is not. He's co-hosted on here a couple of times with me, which I appreciate, and I appreciate his time tonight. The way our show works tonight is we start out with a trivia, which we will answer at the end of the show. Our trivia is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. And if you can adopt a dog, please do it from City Dogs Cleveland. And if you cannot adopt, donate, volunteer, do whatever you can to help out a city dog. Then we get into Cleveland headlines. We start talking about the show. Towards the end, we get into Fattboy Tuesday, which is a weird Fattboy Monday. But Fattboy Tuesday tonight, we're talking most underrated condiments, because I had a party this weekend and I had a couple questions about some condiments that I had out. And then finally, we're going to get into our lifetime top 3 running backs for the Cleveland Browns. So just have fun with it. That'll end the show and we will have a blast with it. So let's get this show started. First off, do you guys have any shout outs you guys want to get out? Friends, family, anything?
Yeah, sure. Shout out to Tesla Fairlawn, who is a proud sponsor of my podcast. If you're looking to demo a Tesla vehicle, go there and you can, hook you up, whatever you want. If it's a Cybertruck, if it's any sports car that Tesla has, just sign up and let them know that Typical Browns Fan Show sent you. And shout out to the guys, Bearded Browns. Much love.
Big Mike.
Hey, it's always shout out to Sports Madness, the Man Cave, Jay, Scully, everybody over there, my son Dom, and everybody out there. Listen, man, you know what it is when we pop on. Browns, Cavs, guards, whatever. Even though I don't like saying guards, it's always going to be Indians.
It's weird.
It's the tribe. But hey,
I know it's weird.
And subscribe.
It's still weird. I still have all Indian stuff. It's just so weird. Like I can't break. Like I want to go out and buy a guards hat, and I don't know if I could do it. It's just hard for me. Like even with the Block C, even though it's a Block C, I still have Chief Wafu hats everywhere. Yeah, so it's hard for me. But yes, go check them out. I mean, obviously, Angel, a typical Browns fan, show you he's all over Twitter, Facebook, X, TikTok. Oh my God, everywhere. Same with Big Mike. God, he's everywhere too, especially on TikTok, giving me a whole bunch of shit on some of our stuff that we're putting out now. I've seen a couple of your comments about our shorts that we're putting out, but it's okay. It's okay. You know I love you. All right, let's get this show started. Let's get our trivia going, which is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. Here is our sounder. Let's have some fun. I don't know if you guys watch much Guards Ball, but we got some Guards Ball that we're going to be doing tonight trivia-wise. So first off, right out of the gate, last outing for the Big Rig was not a good one whatsoever. But he still can strike out some people. So if you guys could give me how many strikeouts he had in his last outing, which was against the Milwaukee Brewers, the final score was 9-4. But if you can give me the strikeouts, you'll win the trivia. And see Mike over there. I think Mike has it. I don't know about Angel though.
No, I definitely don't have it. But I go off my wide range of baseball knowledge, and I'm gonna say 6.
Okay, you're not right, but we have to save it till the end of the show. So I'll give you one more guess.
This is what you get when you're a guest. You don't pay attention. My bad.
No, that's my fault.
Ruining the flow. I'm not going to be invited on again, Mike. Thanks.
No, you are completely fine. Hey, you know how many times this happened, and I'm just like, no, that's not it. We'll guess again here at the end of the show.
Oh, good. Now that I know it's not 6,
Justin does it all the time too. You don't have to worry about that. All right, well, let's bump the Cleveland headlines and let's get this show started as we talk some Guards, some Cavs, and definitely some Browns with some interesting rumors that happened today that kind of caught me off guard.
Let's go.
All right, let's start out. I'm going to switch up the order. We're going to go Browns first since we got Browns guys here and the beards are out and everything else. Rumors flying today. Catching my feed kind of caught me off guard. People calling Andrew Berry about Shador Sanders. A lot of reports. Tony Rizzo came out with it. A few other people come out with it. Gentlemen, I will start with Big Mike first. Your thoughts on the rumors that phone calls are becoming Shador for a trade. What are your thoughts on that?
I absolutely love it because it proves everything I've been saying this whole time. The dude is coveted. The dude can play ball. Other teams want this guy. Why would teams give up anything, draft capital, a player, anything, if this guy wasn't worth starting and seeing what he can do? Do I think it's crazy that teams are doing it? In a sense, yes. But again, it makes us all know that this guy's, there's something there. Not just this, let's play around, put Watson out there for no reason. All right, let's grab Sorsby and see if he gambles his career away here in the NFL. I don't know, but I like it a little bit.
Angel?
I mean, I often ask a question with a question, right? To kind of figure out the answer in my life because I'm married. So I have to try to figure out how my wife is thinking.
Understandable.
Right. So I ask myself, why do they want to get rid of Shador? And a lot of people are pointing to Sorsby, right? That makes sense. They want to put a bid in and they're kind of getting ahead of it. But for me personally, I'm asking the question, why don't they want to play him? I mean, they had him in that building for almost a year and a half. They've seen how he played. They've seen how he operates. Like, what is it that is prohibiting them from playing Shador Sanders? Is it because Deshaun Watson looked so good in OTAs and minicamp. I mean, it's a mixed crowd depending on the report that you ask. So for me personally, I don't know if this is about Sorsby, but more or less about the fact that they know that Deshaun Watson is going to start the beginning of the season and Shador Sanders is going to be the backup. And the dad's already making noise. He made noise in the G. Bush podcast, and he made noise about saying, hey, it's not about one quarterback can't make a whole team. He said this a couple of weeks ago, about a week ago, which, by the way, the comments went under notice. Like, no one said anything about Deion talking about how the offensive line was so horrible and how his son can't elevate the team by himself. So for me, I see those headlines that slowly creep out. And then I ask myself, is the team ready to have Deshaun Watson and Shador Sanders sit in the back seat while the crowd of his fan base gets louder and louder and louder? So for me, maybe this isn't about Sorsby. Maybe they know, hey, we're going to have a heck of a time staying focused here. And if we have him as a backup, it's going to get louder and louder, not just from his fan base, but his dad, his family. I think we talked about this on my podcast, Mike, one time, that I don't see any reason why you just don't play Shador outside the fact that they're not high on him.
Well, if that's the case, then why, and I'm going to do the kind of same with you, these are my questions. Then why take two quarterbacks when you did in the draft, when you had Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and all that stuff? Why draft him, in the 5th, knowing that this possibly could rear its head, come up with, especially, obviously Dylan Gabriel, if they said they're trying to trade Dylan Gabriel, I would be completely down for it, because that 5'1" quarterback can go for a sack of balls for all I care. But I'm just curious of why the timing now? Why is this happening now of all times? And I know it's slow time in the NFL. We got to have stuff we got to talk about. But it kind of screams more to me that it's closer to what you think between Shador and Deshaun for the starting quarterback. Also, it seems to me that Monken, I wouldn't say has his mind set up, but Monken being a first-year head coach in here at 60 years old isn't going to want to, let's just say, dare tank it away. He's going to do whatever he can to win. And you sit there and you snarl. Why are you snarling, Mike?
You said Monken isn't going to want to dare tank it away, but yet you're talking about them starting Watson? That sounds like tanking to me right there, because what has Watson given us since he's been here? Before 2 Achilles surgeries, before a shoulder surgery, he hasn't done anything. Now, here's my problem.
But hold on. Him coming in is an unbiased opinion. He's coming in and looking at the quarterbacks for who they are, not Kevin Stefanski with an agenda, not anybody else over the corner. This is actual competition that needed to happen last year that never happened under Kevin Stefanski. So this is a true outsider coming in, looking at Deshaun Watson, who is a veteran, who does at some point in time give your team a better chance to win than a second-year guy. And I hate Deshaun Watson. I hate Deshaun Watson.
I just don't see how he gives us a better shot to win. I mean, that makes no sense to me. But then let me say this. Angel was talking about the noise that'll be created, right? If Shador sits behind Watson.
Mm-hmm.
How about the noise that'll be created if Sanders isn't on this team and you start Watson anyways? It'll be 3 times as loud as if Sanders was here. Because at least they know Sanders is going to get the ball at some point, because Watson will tank and the shit show will begin. But if he's gone and they trade him and start Watson, I bet it's going to be a lot worse. A lot worse.
And Angel, I want your opinion on this as I say this. I think right now, and God, I hate saying it. I hate saying it because I really do not like Deshaun Watson. Not my cup of tea, not my kind of player. I'm just not a fan of him. But wouldn't you rather throw out, let's just say, Deshaun Watson for worth the squeeze as the starter behind, let's be honest, a brand new offensive line that has not played together whatsoever? Okay, you got guys that retired all last year. These are a totally different offensive line going to be in front of him? Would you rather Shador behind a offensive line that's just starting week one and hasn't gelled for a few weeks and then bring him in? Or you want to get him killed behind that offense? I mean, I think the offensive line and how they gel has a lot to do with what's going to happen, because I think Deshaun can see, obviously Deshaun's got the head start with the offensive knowledge, also the years played in the NFL and what he can see and what he knows mentally. I take that behind a shit offensive line instead of throwing out Shador Sanders behind a shit offensive line, which he was behind last year, and look how well he did.
Yeah, he was pretty bad. Actually, QBR, if you believe in the QBR, was one of the worst. I don't think there's going to be a drop off of whoever the quarterback is, and I think Vegas knows that. I always point to that Vegas is saying, actually, you lost the game, says Miles left, that you're going to win 5 to 6 games, and I think they know, regardless of who's playing, the Browns are going to struggle, and I think And for me personally, to what Mike said, I don't think the Browns are worried about the noise from the fan base as much as they worried about the noise from the Sanders camp. You have his brother come out, tell Mayor K to make a sandwich. That's bad for a reporter that's reporting for the team, right? Like you kind of be like, come on, And then you got Dion coming on the G. Bush podcast, and then another comments that he made about the team and how the team needs to improve to help the quarterback. So they're going to have to constantly worry about that. I don't know if people remember this, but last year Shador went through a period of time when he wasn't allowed to talk to the media because he was just saying random things. He was just saying things like, I'm better than any other quarterback in the league. I don't know why I'm not starting. And then the next time he was interviewed, he was just sat there quiet and smiling because he was told not to say anything. So that is the circus that people are talking about when you bring in the Sanders family or Sanders in. Now, for me, I'm willing to put up with that stuff because I think the kid can potentially be a guy that can lead you to. I think he has to grow into a potential good starter. I think he'd be a good manager, good game manager now, and grow into somebody better later. But again, I don't think the Browns want to do with that, because if they want anything to do with Shador Sanders, there would be no competition. Because to Mike's point, what is Deshaun Watson going to do that he hasn't done in the last 4 years? He's not going to be able to run around in the pocket because he doesn't have any legs. I mean, is he going to change his overall game where he's going to be able to be a thrower now, maybe float around in the pocket? I guess we'll see. But they know more than we do, and they see more than we do. They got those little cam things in their helmet. Maybe Shador's not reading the right reads. I don't know, but I'm just saying. I've been saying this for about 4 or 5 months on the Bearded Browns and my own podcast. There's something going on with Shador where they don't want to give him the keys yet. And to me, that's more alarming than Deshaun Watson starting.
Is it okay, Mike? I'll give it to you here in a second. Is it because they are trying to get what is completely left out of the worst trade in NFL history with Deshaun Watson, and they're trying to see if there's any juice left in that squeeze that they did? Because this is his last year. If he actually does go out and does something magical at that point in time, then it's a whole different conversation. Now, I don't want it to happen. I'd rather see Shador start right out of the gate. But from what I am seeing and what I'm hearing, it sounds like it's going to be Deshaun Watson out of the gate. And I don't know how to take it, but it also seems like Jimmy Haslam's there in the background going, guys, we just paid this guy a guaranteed contract and also traded 3 first-round picks. Can we at least see if maybe he still has it? And I think that might have something to do with it. What about you, Mike?
All right. I got to make some points here. KP Young had a great point. You have 3 proven veterans. Find out who you drafted early to protect the left side. And you know the piece that'll fit in wherever. Right? So that offensive line might be new, but it can't be any worse than what Shador dealt with last year, can it now?
Hopefully not.
Well, no, because we didn't have left tackle or right tackle last year.
So I'm willing to put him out there and say our offensive line is leaps and bounds better than last year. And then you just said the whole Haslam saying, hey, we paid all this money. Guess what? The money's been spent. It's gone.
Spent, yeah.
There is no idea of all this money. Oh, well, the 3 first-round picks. Well, guess what? We have first-round picks now. Gone. No. See, everybody says that. Well, the money, it is gone. There is no
non-refundable.
That's like me making a bet and losing the bet and saying, well, I got to keep on betting on that same team in the same game and keep losing.
Say that, but the bad thing is the bet's not done and over with yet. The contract is not. No, it's not fulfilled yet. He is still a member of the Cleveland Browns
because he was guaranteed. So as soon as you guaranteed it, the money's outside your head.
I understand that, but he's still a part of the Cleveland Browns. And if you have a bet that I get that, but he is still part of the Cleveland Browns. You paid him his money. I know the money's paid, but you still have a parlay going with him going in there that you might be able to cash out at some point in time at the end of the season.
I'm looking at that like that's just a draw. That's it. In the parlay world, to me, that would be what would be that one bet that gets all right. That's a freebie gone. Like, because now I'm not betting on that no more. I'm not betting on a dude that has all these injuries and all these surgeries, and I'm gonna be like, well, I had this orange sit in the fridge for 3 weeks. Let's see if I can still get some good orange juice out of it. Nah, it's green and moldy. It's done and over with. There is no beating it. I paid $100 for that orange, though. I don't care what I did with it. It goes in the trash can the same as Watson does at the end of the year.
Then why don't they just release him then?
Because the dead cap hit would be crazy right now. If we do it later, the hit
June 1st next year. Yeah, June 1st next year will be less of a hit.
That's when we save ourselves money all around. And to be honest, you may, and this is I hate that this idea is even floated in my head because of the money, the dead cap hit. You could extend him for 1 year.
There you go.
$6 million.
You're about to say what? Because
it kills all of it.
Yeah, it can, but it can happen. AB said, "Hey, it's not out of the world of possibility that if he performs well, we can extend the guy."
Dude, if he's a shit truck guy, I'll extend him for $6 million and get that dead cap hit gone.
June 1st. Once they let him go, it'd be less of an impact because the salary cap goes up for one, and two, it's just they can mess around with the money more, kind of like what they did with. Actually, the Miles thing is a totally different thing because they switched around to help with that.
I'm not going to
I just don't think
I wouldn't have cared about the cap. I would have cut his ass after he tore his Achilles again.
Basically, what Denver did to Russell Wilson is what you would have done.
Exactly.
And to the extent I would agree with you, but which makes me go back to the point that Shedeur can't be that good if they're willing to hold on to Deshaun Watson to be your starter. That is my argument. Like, I'm not saying this because I don't want Shedeur to be good. I don't want people to think like Mike knows I want Shedeur to start. I want him to play. But I, as a realist, as a logical, analytical guy that I am and non-emotional, and that's part of the wrong part of running a podcast that I do that I get tons of hate on. Logically, if Shedeur was better than Deshaun Watson, Shedeur will start. That's the way it is. If Shedeur doesn't start at game one, that means Shedeur was not ready to play. I don't think there's any motive behind it. They already paid him, like Mike said. If anything, you start the youth movement a little early. You put him in the fire, let him learn with a better offensive line. You got better talent around him offensively, receivers. I just don't think they think highly of Shedeur Sanders, because if they did, they saw 7 games of him last year. They would have just been like, there's no competition. It's Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, at the point in time when they traded Miles, I think that's when Monken should have just came out and be like, Shedeur starting. And just be done with it. And that way we know exactly, instead of this cat and mouse game that every NFL team has to do about, oh, well, we got to go into training camp and, we have a quarterback competition. I just make it Sanders and be done with it.
You said a false statement there. Not every NFL team does what
it's just the Browns. We do that every year.
We're the only team that tracks reps. This is all because of us. It's
love it. I love it, baby. As a content creator, track as much reps as you want, baby.
And I love it too, but I love it for the real reason that we all should love it, because of the statistical point of it. Not, well, he didn't get enough reps. Oh, well, what kind of reps was he getting? Like that's
exactly. And the thing people are not realizing is what the reps aren't telling the truth, because there have been plenty of touchdown passes that Shedeur threw that the guy was just standing there that could have sacked him. And probably the same thing for Again, we see more tape whenever Shador does something good. So I'm only speaking on that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure Deshaun Watson had plenty of good throws that should have been a sack. Even Monken said it in his interview, hey, listen, some of those passes there were sacks. We just continue to play. So that probably brings to your point, like maybe the offensive line isn't that good if they're getting sacks, or the defensive line's even better without Miles, but nonetheless.
I mean, I know that we have veterans that they brought in to the offensive line. We did get younger on the offensive line, which we definitely needed to do. And it just, for me, it's almost like I know they're free agents, but if you get a good offensive line, most of the time they have been together for 3-4 years together. They know each other. They know each other well. They know how to play around each other. This is what I mean by you're bringing in guys that have played at different organizations, which I still love. I love the guys they brought in. Don't get me wrong. I love the draft picks. Don't get me wrong. I'm just still kind of curious how they're going to gel together, because it is an artwork. Moving in motion is the offensive line, and they have to be on the same page, because if they are not, guess what? Somebody is getting killed in the backfield.
And you're right. I said this. I had a podcast this past Saturday with the Jacksonville guy. He runs his podcast from Jacksonville, and I said the same thing. The biggest thing for me that worried about the offensive line, and why I feel they need to name a starting quarterback sooner rather than later, is because they need to learn the cadence. They need to learn how they move in the pocket, because a large part of the issue last year was the last 2 years, is that you had so many different quarterbacks behind there. They don't know. Is he mobile? Is he not mobile? Is he going to be able to move right or left? Is he just going to step up in the pocket, or is he going to move backwards? I mean, there's so much more to it. And that's why when people tell me that the Browns are going to win 10, 11 games, I laugh, because I said, you have a new offensive line, and you got second and first year players that are going to be 90% of your offense. And you think we're just going to win double the games that we won last year? To me, it's funny, but I'm trying to be positive too. And I don't want to pee in their Cheerios. So I'm just saying, like, you bring up a valid point when it comes to the offensive line, and people don't talk about that enough, is the unity and the camaraderie that they have to form in a short amount of time, and then play and learn each other's movements and, I don't know, cadences, which is obviously a thing.
You know, I love that you say that, right? Because then there's a team that went to the Super Bowl last year that had two rookies start on the same side on their offensive line, and there was another guy on the right side that was new to it, and somehow they won all those games and went to the Super Bowl. So I mean, it can happen.
It can.
Yes, I'm not saying it can. I want to see them first. And this is the other thing that we talk right now. All we're seeing is shorts, t-shirts, and helmets.
Yeah,
we don't see pads on yet. It's not training camp yet. We're just going off of what everybody is seeing while people are running around in shorts and t-shirts. By the way, if I run around in shorts and t-shirts, is it going to look like Baywatch? No. But if I put some pads on, it might. I might look like I should run in Baywatch, but I doubt it.
You guys all know Nate Jackson, right?
Yeah.
All from the Cleveland Sports Show. That dude is the biggest Shador hater I know, besides Mary Kay.
Zach Jackson?
No, Zach Jackson, yeah.
Yeah, Zach Jackson.
So he even spoke on how he's done watch Shador outplay Watson at these practices. How Watson, they don't show you how he's inconsistent and isn't throwing the ball good. Like, you'll see some good throws, but he is pretty horrible. So I don't know.
Casey.
If that's the case, and we're picking the worst of two evils here, I don't understand why. I don't even get the whole gist of this. Not one bit. Like, they need to just name the guy. And if it is going to be Watson, cool. Then I guess we are tanking for Arch Manning, and that's what this is. That's how I feel. Then the minute they put Watson out there and they say it's him, it's tank for Arch Manning. That means Shador will be traded or gone or let go or whatever. I don't know why you don't let Shador play the year, go with the youth movement, see what happens. And if you still got to pick a quarterback because Shador sucked, guess what? Then you saw that, you figured it out, and now you draft.
And you don't have questions.
If he plays outside his mind, you got 2 first-round picks to go get Jeremiah Smith in a corner you want or something, or you can do whatever the hell you want. Yeah, you can finally say, hey, guess what? I don't need to draft a quarterback.
But here, if they do that, do you think they feel confident enough in him going forward, or are we going to have the Baker Mayfield effect where excuses will pop up in the haters' heads? I can think already. You had the easiest schedule, you had the weaker schedule, you had the easy teams, that just the amount of excuses that are going to be piled up, and then
You
as
finally
a
got wide
team,
receivers that could catch the ball.
yeah,
unlike
yeah.
Jerry
So
Jeudy.
yeah, so aside Jerry Drew. So yeah, you're gonna. So will the team see it from that perspective where they're like, we had a softer schedule. Now that we're, let's say hypothetically, you win the division, can we win against better competition with Sanders? And I personally, I'm with you. Let's just roll the ball down the hill and see what it runs into. I mean, what's the worst can happen? You need another quarterback, and we've done that before.
You said the softer schedule thing, right? And I've gone in on Patriots fans telling them how they had the softest schedule last year. But where'd they go? To the Super Bowl. So if we had the softest schedule and Shador wins games, we do something. I don't care. I don't, where we go? That's right, the Super Bowl. But that's what I'm saying. We can say that, and people can say, oh, well, you had this. Well, cool, Drake May did too. Are we going to just dog him out, say he's trash? Nah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to play that game because I, for one, think he still has to prove it to me. Drake May still's got to prove it to me because he did have the soft schedule.
Yeah, a lot of sacks too.
Yeah, he got smoked. He got smoked because that left side was rookies, but they still won games and went to the Super Bowl. So I can get behind this whole thing, but that's even more reason to let Sanders play. It's a soft schedule. Let him play.
I don't like the fans that say what running guy here says. He said they're afraid that Sanders will be good and they want to debut a new quarterback. I don't think they're afraid of Shador being good, because I think they would want him to be good. At least I would hope, because if they're afraid, this is the real thing. Like, this is like real. They're up there in Berea saying, well, he does look pretty good this week. Let's trade him because we would rather have an unproven guy. That would be insane to me. And as a Browns fan who is unemotional at times, I will get emotional and be very angry at a team that had a quarterback and let him go because they had a different agenda.
Who's the coach of Texas? Steve Sarkisian still, right?
Yeah.
He even said Arch might stay again.
Yeah, he did say that.
I hope to God he does.
He's
good. I mean, there's 5 other quarterbacks.
I would too.
I don't like any. I'm not
5 other ones, man.
People say with North Sellers, that dude, no.
Sellers, he's a running quarterback.
Maybe, but I'm not on that dude either. To be honest, Sorsby was the guy I liked besides any of them. And now he's over here with this character issue. Now I'm like, well, great.
Sorsby's everything Monken would want to. A lot of people don't. A lot of people want to talk about this. That guy's a runner. 500 yards running and 9 touchdowns with his legs.
Jackson Dart would have been the real quarterback for him.
I mean, almost 3,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I mean, that guy, he would have been the guy Monken wants. And maybe Monken's playing Switzerland here, and he's like, listen, I like all these guys, but behind the scene, he's like, listen, man, these guys, they suck. Let's get the guy that I really want. Like, not because people say, well, Monken says he likes Shador. Well, he also said his press conference, the reason why I took this job is because Myles Garrett's going to be here. Where's Myles Garrett?
Yep, not here now.
So, I mean, I won't, but basically what I'm saying is don't believe anything Andrew Berry says, don't believe anything Jimmy Haslam says, and don't believe anything Todd Monken says, because they're lying to you, and just stop believing them until you see it, and till you see the final team on the field. That's when you can
I'll fix this problem right now. Take both your first round picks next year and trade for Justin Herbert. Get your quarterback, be done with it.
He gets hurt a lot, doesn't he?
But he only gets hurt a lot because the damn offensive line gets hurt all the day. Both his tackles were gone.
Let's bring him here where our offensive line is questionable.
Hey, we got Warhop. Joe Thomas believes in this.
Yeah, Warhop is my hope.
1,000% in this guy. So I'm gonna ride with Joe on this one.
Yeah, me too. He did say that Deshaun should start, so you can ride with Joe Thomas then, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I'll ride with that. That means he's ready for Arch too. If Joe wants Deshaun out there, cool. I can't wait because Deshaun will go out there and tear his Achilles on the first. It's going to be just like Aaron Rodgers. 3 plays in, boom, done.
God, I love it.
It's going to be fun to see, man. Can't wait till they throw the ball in their underwear and we track stats again. I'm getting bored.
All right, we're going to do a quick one on the running back before we switch over into our other sports here. All right, do you guys have any concerns with Junkins coming off of this leg injury, and if he is actually the true bell cow running back for the Cleveland Browns.
You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Okay, no, I don't have a concern for multiple reasons. Everything that we said Shador struggled with, everything you can put that on Junkins. A lot of people say, well, he didn't run pretty well. Well, little did you know, he averaged 1.4 yards before contact, but after contact, he averaged 2.2. So he was getting more yards after he got hit than before he got hit. Okay. And by the way, he was top 6 in the league in that stat. 5th highest mark with yards after contact in the group of 49 running backs, with a 62.2% rushing yards coming after initial contact. 62% of his yards came after he was hit. So give me a line that can open a hole and let's see him hit it. And I guarantee people are going to change their mind if they are hating on him. But I don't see too many people hating on him. I think they understood the situation. But I want to bring more hope that this guy is going to be pretty good. Now, the problem with him, though, is that we can agree that he's coming off of one of the recent good running backs that the Browns had in Nick Chubb. So it's always that comparison. It's like the Joe Thomas. Like the next left tackle, Joe Thomas, is going to just be sucking anyways because Joe Thomas was such a staple there. But I love QJ. I think he's going to be great.
That right there is why I let him go first. Put all the numbers out there. Told you exactly why this man is a very violent individual. He said 2.2 after contact. This dude invites contact. He wants to get hit so that he can plow somebody the hell over. Junkins is fine. You seen him when the new offensive line was brought in back in February or back in March. He was working out. This dude's leg healed already. He's like the Flash, literally. All of a sudden, he just healed up, ready to roll, and he out there taking it to it out there in OTAs. Now, I'm not worried about not Q at all. And I hope Sampson makes that jump just a little bit. I want him to get a little more.
He does have a coach that can use him too, unlike the other coach we had.
Yes. And you know what? I'm not against if you bring Nick Chubb back just for the veteranship and all that and say, hey, you're going to be that guy that just pounds it down on the 1 yard line, let him do it.
Yeah, I mean, don't sleep on Rocket Sanders either. I think Rocket's going to be a good guy.
Raheem?
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, we are switching over to Cavs talk now. I know the rumors are going around about Giannis getting traded to the Heat, and it's just kind of been going crazy at least the past couple of days. But what I want to talk to you guys about is we had our 10-year anniversary on Friday of the 2016 NBA championship with your Cleveland Cavaliers on Lake Effect Lounge on Friday night. I rewatched the fourth quarter, got goosebumps back again. It was absolutely amazing. Justin joined me for that show. I want to know where you guys are at as I give where I was at again, where you guys are at, how you guys reacted to the actual Cleveland championship being here and just it happening. Because like for me, I was telling this before, my kids were 3. We were putting them down for bed. I was by myself in my house, drinking beer, watching it on TV like pretty much everybody else. And then I got to the point there in the last couple minutes where I realized that Golden State couldn't come back, and I proceeded to kick my kid's door open, snag both of them out of bed, and just run out into the living room and start jumping with them. And they had no idea what was going on, but they were throwing their hands up. They were going to town too. So that was my remember moment. I want to know your guys's. I will start with you, Angel, first, and then we'll go to Mike.
Well, mine was extra special, and I'll tell you why. Because 2 weeks before then, my first child was born. I'm not going to get emotional, but my first child was born. She's 10. There was a point of time when my wife went in to change her diaper, and then that moment, things started to shift in the game. And then when that block happened, she started to come out. I said, "You're not going anywhere. You're going to stay in that room," because as soon as you went in that room, things started to shift, right? And then obviously because she wears the pants in a relationship, she came out anyways. But I was able to hold my daughter while Kyrie hit the 3 and while LeBron hosted the trophy up high and said, "Cleveland, this is for you." So for me, it was extra special. I was holding my child, my firstborn daughter, and I was able to witness the curse being broken, only to be brought back 10 years later. But yeah, for me, that was special for me. Always be remembered. And I had people calling me, "Hey, congratulations on the baby," and they won a championship. I'm like, "Yeah, awesome." He was supposed to be born 2 weeks before. My wife was doing some work in the yard, and because of that, we had it early. So I kind of was like, I could have been like, she could have been born as he was like lifted. It could have been the perfect moment.
You could have summoned her right up.
Yeah, I could have lifted her up while he lifted the trophy up. So, but no, I'm not too mad at her now. But that was my story.
Hell yeah.
Big Mike, what about you, bud?
Well, I had just put my daughter down before the game really started. She was 6. And, if I would have woke her up, that'd have been it. I'd have been up all night, not going to work. And so I was sitting there watching the game, and I couldn't make no noise. None. I just sat there and cried. Just cried. I couldn't believe it. And I didn't think it was real. And I cried. And then the next morning, my mom calls and says, I'm hitting newspaper stands. I'm buying all this. I literally have 2 different newspapers and a magazine from all that, from that day, from everything shoved away, stashed away. And yeah, that's something, not a lot of Cleveland fans have got to embrace or enjoy. So it's forever. And you saw them guys that got together and stuff. They were over there across the pond, kicking it and enjoying themselves. Everybody, well, most of them showed up. Kyrie was, not there, but then he talked to him. But Deli, dude.
I love seeing that video of Shumpert and Deli showing up and them just going nuts. And it was just like, and even like the recap with the Richard Jefferson talking to all of them, Kevin Love and all that stuff about the game, and at halftime, and Ty Lue ripping on LeBron like, I need more out of you. He's like, man, I got a triple double at halftime. What the hell do you need? You need more from me. But no, truly amazing thing for Cleveland. And like rewatching the fourth quarter on Friday and just watching how everything went down, it was just like, it still gave me chills. And I couldn't believe it. Like I was sitting there just midstream. I looked at Justin. I'm like, dude, I still got goosebumps, man. Like it hits you a little different especially with that one. And especially LeBron coming home and doing it.
Especially coming back from like 3-1 too. No one's ever done it. That makes it even better. He's like, and LeBron, they watched the game before. He's like, they messed up. It was 3-3, and he knew they was going to come in and full focused and take care of work
in their house too. Yep. Oh God!
What's funny is Richard Jefferson had Draymond on the other day, and Draymond said, "I bet you guys were shitting your pants when we got KD." And Richard goes, "Yeah, I bet you shit your pants when we beat y'all came back from 3-1, and you had to go get KD."
Yeah, that's not talked about enough, by the way. How they had to get KD to beat LeBron again.
Yeah, because we should have been back to back. We should have won 20.
Went back to back. You had the injury a year before that with Love and Kyrie. They couldn't even handle the B team. If they would have been full, it probably would have been back to back.
I'll say it. Fucking Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah.
Fucking Kelly Olynyk. I'll say it.
Take it.
All right. Let's switch over to the guards real quick as they are in the game right now. Now we've had some huge injuries. Jose Martinez, now DeLauder with broken ribs on the 10-day IL. I want to talk to you guys about who you think should be stepping up in this situation while everybody's out, because I'll give you my 2 and see if you guys agree with me or not. My first one is Manzardo. I think he needs to get his bat back to health and just start raking. I think he's the one that needs to step up. And I have a different one, which is really going to throw some people off. I think Rocchio has took a step this year. I'm being dead serious. I think that send down last year, right before the playoffs, when he got sent down to the minors and had to work his shit out, and he came back up, and he definitely worked his shit up. I think a sleeper, Rocchio, might be the guy on this team to kind of push him over the edge to get him to the playoffs. What do you guys think?
I'll be honest with you. I know a little too much about the guards, but I'm going to go my best. And from what I do know off my top of my head, I think obviously Manzardo would be the guy that I think needs to step up because it's all about the youth movement. I think there's a couple of young guys that they need to come in and be like, hey, we're going to take over the reins and we're going to not only play well, but hit for power. So Manzardo's one of them. And I do like Arias. Not that he hits for power or anything, but I think him kind of replacing Ramirez there in third, being a steady defensive guy is needed because you can't do errors in baseball. And the other guy is, hold on, I'm searching for his name now. I wrote his name down because I was writing some stats. But if you want to overtalk me, go right ahead.
We're not going to overtalk you. We don't do stuff like that.
No, we don't.
They're
like, dude, you're not.
We love dead air on this show. That's what we're all about on this show. Is fatness and dead air.
Cannot find the name. But those two I would go with. Those two.
Mike, what about you?
Banza, Travis, that's his name. I think Bazana. Yeah, I think he needs to. I know he's young, but it would be good to see him kind of take leadership and step into like ownership there.
He had a huge game down in Houston.
Yeah.
Huge. All right, Mike, what about you, bud?
Travis is plus 600 to win AL Rookie of the Year right now, behind two other AL Central players, which is insane to say that the
Water should be in there too.
Away with that. But I agree with you with Rocchio. I like Rocchio to do that. Manzardo also. Everybody's written off Stephen Kwan. Written him off, done, trade him, get rid of him, do all this stuff.
It's been almost a year, buddy.
I think right here, if he could channel something and pull something out to where he can lift them up, I think that would change everybody. This would be something huge.
Didn't they pinch hit for him the other night?
They could do whatever they want.
Well, no, but I mean, he's never been pinch hit before.
You got to think, this dude's hitting a slump beyond slumps. I mean, he just ruined everything. He could have signed that lucrative contract that we tried to give him, and now he ain't going to get signed for anything, and he might as well just stay for what pennies we'll give him.
I wonder if that's in his head, too.
It probably is.
It might be.
But
I mean, he's still a great outfielder. Like, he still plays great outfield, but he fell off a cliff, man.
Hey, Vot the manager needs to go tell him, hey, Quan, put all that aside. We know you can hit. We know what you can do. We know who you really are. Let's get back to that. Worry about right now and worry about the future later. Because if you can't pull it out now, the future ain't going to matter.
Yeah. Man, 206. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Well, Angel, I know Mike likes this question coming up, but you ready to get fat?
Every day. Yes.
Every day.
I love food, man.
Get fat.
And now, it's time for Fattboy Tuesday.
I love Fattboy Tuesday. And what I really like is, Angel, when you come on to Fattboy Tuesday, you bring one of my favorites with you, which is Cleveland Ketchup Company. Just gave us a like on the show. You have got to get me in touch with those guys because I have been trying to reach out to them to sponsor Fattboy Tuesday for I don't know how long because they came out with a honey mustard. They came out. Oh, dude, I saw it and I got like.
Justin, I'm waiting for something in the mail this week. I'm waiting.
Justin, I'm going to send him a care package, but dude, the ketchup, the mustard, that's why we're talking condiments tonight. I'm getting excited just talking about them because I had a birthday party this weekend at my house where we did bratwurst, where we did sausage, where we did hot dogs, and got questioned on one of my condiment choices, which was kind of shocking to me. But the condiment choice was relish. Now, I love relish on a hot dog, but time, taste, whatever. But there's other things that go on with this. So I want to talk to you guys about the most underrated condiments known to man, because obviously everybody talks ketchup, everybody talks mustard, everybody talks mayo. I want the outliers out there that nobody talks about. So I'm going to start off first with relish. The sweet and dill relish I think is very underrated because it goes on anything and everything, like tuna salad sandwiches, also chicken salad, also hot dogs. You can put it on anything. Next one, horseradish. Horseradish for me is just, yeah, I love horseradish. There is a cheese place down in Coshocton, Ohio called Pearl Valley Cheese, and they make horseradish cheese. You get that by the slice, you put that on a burger. So, Mike, I'm going to start with you. What is your most underrated condiment?
Man, I don't know about underrated. You know, let me start with my favorite. My favorite is stadium mustard, like the original stuff, not just knockoff stuff you see around. Straight from Cleveland, the ballpark mustard. That is where it's at. You know, hot sauce, all that's great. But God, you know, I put a lot of different things on hot dogs. You know, you can do the Chicago style, the tomatoes, coleslaw.
Yeah, I've never had a Chicago style dog, so I'm kind of intrigued because I see like the pickle on there, I see the peppers and all that stuff. Kind of want to try that one.
You know, I put salsa on a lot of stuff. Put it on hot dogs. I put it on hamburgers. I put it in different soups. I like if I go, you know, poor style and I just make some ramen, not salsa in there. Salsa is huge for me.
Okay,
Salsa.
yeah, that's a good one, dude.
I'm gonna introduce you to somebody that I think you guys should need to get to know a little bit. It's called Cleveland Mustard's jalapeno mustard. Okay. Now I'm not bringing this on because you know they support the Beater Browns and the Typical Browns podcast. I'm not doing that. I'm doing this because I actually believe in this mustard to the point where I no longer eat normal mustard anymore. Because if you like jalapenos, if you like a little kick in your sandwich, my wife made me a steak. A Philly cheesesteak yesterday for Father's Day, and I put a little bit of this on it. It was the perfect kick. So for me, you don't even know it's underrated because you don't even know it exists. But if you're at any local grocery store, look for it. It's always on the top shelf because it's Cleveland ketchup. It's the best. You only get the best from the top shelf. Like I'm a bourbon connoisseur, so I don't go into Giant Eagle and look at the bottom shelf. I go straight to the top because that's where the good stuff is.
Blanton's.
Yes, exactly. when I can afford it, I get that Blanton's, right? You know,
That's the only one I get.
this anything made by Cleveland ketchup is great, but I personally enjoy barbecue sauce. I just love barbecue sauce. I think it's underrated. I put it on onion rings. I put it on sometimes depending on the sandwich, the breakfast sandwich, I put it on my breakfast sandwich. If it's with some sausage and some cheese, I make a little spice to it. So for me personally, I think barbecue sauce is underrated, though they have a genre of its own food called barbecue food. But I think it does not disappoint me. But again, I got a care package coming in, and you talk about that. I cannot wait to try that mustard. Cleveland Ketchup has been so kind to me. They gave me a shirt, and they're throwing me a care package. You'll see it on my socials later. Once it comes in, I'm going to do a little these blind open things my kids talk about. I'm going to do that. But shout out to Cleveland Ketchup, man. They make some good stuff, and even if they didn't sponsor even if they didn't give us free ketchup randomly, I would tell you it is good stuff. It's homemade. It's homemade. It's nothing, no fillers in it, and it's made from Cleveland. So I get it. Why not support? Why get Heinz and support that horrible team in Pittsburgh?
All right, God, I'm so jealous of you right now. Yeah, you're getting care packages from Cleveland Ketchup Company.
And I'll pass your number along.
I appreciate that. Another one for me, malt vinegar. Malt vinegar on French fries.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't go wrong with that. Also, hey, we're here in Cleveland. You get a lot of gyros? The Ziki sauce, baby.
Sauce.
Oh, so underrated, and especially if you get a good place that has a good one. Ziki sauce is the best. Oh, God,
I gotta try. I see. I'm a very picky person, so like when you say malt and Ziggy sauce, I'm thinking like I'm too Puerto Rican for that, man. Like, give me
Oh, no. Okay,
give me some- like I got half Puerto Rican in me. Sometimes I need a little hot sauce. I don't need that stuff that
Hot
sounds
sauce
weird.
all the
oh, yeah,
time.
hot sauce all the time.
You put
If
the hot
go
sauce
to-
in the tzatziki sauce.
Yeah. Oh, that's even. Yeah, you have to have both. If you go to any fair and you get the fries from the fair, you have to go the malt vinegar with a little bit of ketchup.
I'll
And
try
it
that
is
next time.
dude. I'm telling you, it's a game changer because it's just and it soaks right into the French fries.
Yeah, I would
God,
never
it's so
thought
good.
it would have been as good as it is. It
I'll
took me
try
by
it.
surprise.
Oh yeah, once you get the fries, like that's the only thing I think about when I go to when my wife gets pissed at me when we go to festivals like that because I'm looking at the food trucks and everything that's there, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Just give me a second. I'm just looking." Next thing you know, I got a bucket of fries with malt vinegar on them. And next thing you know, I'm over here in the corner with like steak on a stick, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Just leave me alone. This is my wonderland right now, where I
Leave
can
us
get
alone.
deep fried food." Whenever I want to get deep fried food, and I will not be judged.
I'm having an Oreo next, honey. Take that. Deep fried
Oh.
Oreo.
Well, we had with Brian, we were talking about deep fried foods. Have you guys ever tried deep fried butter?
Man, that just sounds like I'm about to die.
I know, but it's a thing. It's a thing.
That's crazy. No, I have
I'm
not.
I was like, we were talking about. It's like, you know, people that eat that. I'm like, I don't. I've heard of deep fried Twinkies, Oreos,
Oh,
like
nice.
anything. Corn dogs. Oh my God, corn dogs are the best.
Corn dogs
Yeah,
are-
it was crazy. And one last one for me, and I know that I'm new to this, and I'm kind of just enjoying it as this chimichurri.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a
Green
condiment.
sauce. Yes.
It goes on anything. Justin's in here with fried Oreos. He did bring up Woodford and Angel's Envy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
those
those
two
are
good.
good.
Too.
Those are
I like
good.
Buffalo Trace too. Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace is good. It's affordable too. That's why you
Yes.
probably can't find it up here north. Like further south you get, you'll see it. But Angel Envy, if you ever go to Kentucky and you do a tour, you go into Angel Envy and it smells like butterscotch.
Yes.
Amazing building, amazing facility. But yeah, Angel Envy
Yeah.
is good.
Justin lives in Louisville.
Oh, he
So
does.
he's down by
Yes.
he's down there in northern Kentucky, like you are, Big Mike.
No,
Yeah.
don't say I'm not
Don't
in
do that.
Kentucky. I'm in
Don't
Ohio.
do that.
Cincinnati is
Don't do that.
technically
No, I'm
northern
not in
Kentucky.
Cincinnati either. I'm above it.
Okay.
Little bit-
I'm about 40 minutes away from it.
Okay. So you're closer to Dayton.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Dayton's
all I
20
need. Okay. Well, if you're closer to Dayton, then yeah, you're not down there in northern Kentucky. You're in a different.
Yeah.
You're on the eastern Indiana side.
I drive 40 minutes to work and I'm on the border of Indiana.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, gentlemen, let's switch over. We'll do our top three. We'll close out the show with the trivia, but our top three tonight is Browns running backs. Top three in our lifetime. So I'm pretty sure I'm the oldest in the room right now. So I get to have some fun with it because I think I'm older than both of you. So I have some running backs in the 90s that you guys probably don't have. We will go with the guest first, and I will put Big Mike on the spot first. Big Mike, give me your top three Browns running backs in your lifetime.
Well, Eric Metcalf is probably number one for me. I mean, the dude was universal. He could do everything. Just amazing. I almost want to say Kevin Mack, but then, I get irked by some of the things that he's done. Dang. It's hard not to say Peyton Hillis in that 1 year. That 1 year, you just knew it. It was like Mike Allstott-esque, what that was. And then, you got to go Nick Chubb. I mean, Nick Chubb that's something that you just don't see all the time. And Uncle Scott, yes, Ernest Biner. If I saw him, I'd say him, but I wasn't around for all that.
Yeah, for me too. I met Eric. I got to I had Eric on the podcast. So Eric Metcalf has always been number one for me. He's one of my top Brown. Him, then Bernie. I would even go. It was only a couple years, but Jamal Lewis. He had a good run here, even though he was a Raven. I would also put. I would have to say, obviously Nick Chubb, but if you add me another one, I would have to say Peyton Hillis. That 1 year, man, he made that year fun, right?
Cover of
and he made the cover of Madden. And if it wasn't for his ego, maybe he would have had a couple more good years as a Brown after that. But I would put those there. But Eric Metcalf is Nick Chubb is a close second with Eric because there's some sentimental stuff with Nick Chubb that makes it make me like him a little more.
Now, I left Nick Chubb off my list because I figured that'd be universal for everybody.
Yeah.
So I left him off my list. So I am going to go number 3, Leroy Horde, one of my favorites growing up. So Leroy Horde. Number 2, Jamal Lewis, when he was here. Still can't believe he actually wanted to come to Cleveland after Baltimore. More power to that man. And also, my last one, and you guys have said it, I almost want to call him the Great White Ape. I don't know what to call that man. Peyton Hillis, that 1 year, was just, I mean, it was Mike Allstott. It was just, I mean, he ended up on the cover of Madden. Like, think about that. Peyton freaking Hillis, who we haven't heard from in a while, except for a life-threatening injury when he tried to save kids.
Yeah.
But Peyton freaking Hillis, like, it was a year of all years, and we thought that he was going to be just after that year. Man. But yes, Eric Metcalf is definitely on that. We've had Eric Metcalf on the show too. So much fun. We actually got him behind the scenes. Bry's favorite player ever is Eric Metcalf. And it was Bry's birthday. I got Eric Metcalf to come on the show while he was in Italy live. And he's like, guys, it's 2 fucking a.m. And we're sitting there like, sorry, just ask you some questions. I remember the one question I did ask him that I loved his answer. I'm like, now you played in a different NFL than what it is today. Like, Eric, if you played in this NFL,
oh yeah.
He's like, man, I'd carve these people up.
Yeah,
I was like,
you would.
All I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah, he definitely would. He definitely would. He was talented. Got to talk to Josh Cribbs a couple weeks ago at New Neck with Tuscarawas, and he said that if the rules were different, like it was this year, like it has been the last couple of years, he probably would have ran like 20 back because he said it's so favorable for.
Can you imagine him and Devin Hester? It would be
God
right now.
It'd be ugly.
You would need an offense. You would need an offense.
Like, if you think about that, they wouldn't even have to. It was you get one wave, and once that wave's done, you're gone.
You're gone.
Like,
That's
the
what he's
kicker
talking
can't
about.
even save you at that point in time. Like,
We can't even find somebody to pass a wave in this Brown. Like, that's not talked about enough. Let's talk about how bad the special teams was.
Because we used to be so good at getting a kick returner. We had a legitimate returner all the time, and then now we can't find one.
You can't find
Sounds
nobody.
like AC.
Insane.
I think KC can, but do you want him out there when he's going to play a lot on offense?
That Wallace kid from Baltimore, I think, might be the kid, but we'll see.
Yeah, Tyron or Juan. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, we're here at the end of the show where we do our trivia, which is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. If you can adopt a dog from City Dogs, please do it from City Dogs Cleveland. And if you cannot adopt, volunteer, donate. They take everything. They take dog food. They take toys. They take treats. They take time of you just walking them down the street. They will take anything. Also, coming up in the Brown season, you will get back in our Dog of the Week, which will be the longest resident in City Dogs Cleveland, and we will help to get that dog adopted into a loving home. So please go help out City Dogs Cleveland. I asked you guys at the beginning of the show. All right, Gavin Williams did not have a stellar outing last time against Milwaukee Brewers, but still ended up with a whole bunch of strikeouts. Now, Angel, you messed up and you said 6
bunch.
inning.
You gave me a clue this time. You said a whole bunch. I said 6, so it's more than 6.
It's not more than 6. I'm just saying a whole bunch just to throw you guys off.
Dang
But
it.
You
I
said
would have fell
6.
for it
I'll
too.
give you another chance. We'll go Mike first, and then we'll come back to you, Angel, because you're in
Still gonna get
timeout
one.
because you messed it up at the beginning.
God. See, now you mess with me because I'm thinking of a game, and then now that screwed me up. You said a whole bunch, you took it away. I'm like, man. God, so that I could say 3 to 11.
Yeah, you could.
So it's one of those.
3 to 11.
God. I don't know why I want to say 11, but
It's
he got
not even
smoked.
that. It's not 11.
3.
Okay, you're close. Closer than what Angel was.
4.
Angel's got it right on the dot.
It just took 2 tries and his guess and the big clue. Yeah, I got it.
He had 5 innings pitched. He gave up 7 earned runs, but had 4 strikeouts. He could not command his fastball whatsoever
It's
that
like a
game.
Tanner Bybee outing.
No, well, he got rocked right out of the beginning too, because I had him for over 6. What I have him over 6 strikeouts and then 18 outs. So that'd be 6 innings. Didn't even come close. Didn't even come close. I just flushed that $5 holla right down the drain. Like,
Hey, just like the Browns need to do with Watson.
flush it
worry
right down
about
the drain.
Don't worry about the money no more.
Flush it down the drain. All right, this is where I give it over to you guys here at the end of the show. First off, Angel, Mike, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight as co-host of the Legal Hand to Face. I appreciate everything. Everybody out there watching, first off, go give us a like on all of our socials at Ham Illegal. Also, Network 216. And I give it over to you guys now. Angel, let them know where they can find you, where to follow you, and what you got coming up. And then, Mike, you take the last.
Typical Browns fan show on all those Bearded Browns podcasts on every social. And I got some stuff in the works. I might include Big Mike in a couple of things that I'm waiting on some stuff to get approved, but stay tuned to the socials. There'll be some, hopefully a big announcement dropping soon, content wise, not podcast, maybe a little podcasting, but content for sure. Yeah, stay tuned and then you'll see the announcement. It's pretty cool stuff.
And as always, you guys should know where to get me at the Man Cave 8172 on YouTube, at Man Cave 10 on TikTok and X, and definitely come watch the shows. Me, Jay, and Scully get at it. I mean,
You do.
we get at it. Sports Madness tomorrow. I don't know exactly the time. I'm gonna say 12:30 just to say because I gotta run home from work, and then Off the Rails on Thursday at 1:30. You know that's just. We talk everything, anything, and nothing on that show, and you don't know what's bound to happen. But yes, a lot of collabs gonna happen this summer, this football season. It's about to be insane.
All right. Well, gentlemen, at this point in time of the show, always God bless them. So I'll do it. God bless you. God bless America. And also, we want to thank our troops, first responders, for everything you guys do. We love you guys. Cannot do anything without you guys. Ran into an Army vet this weekend at my party. Thanked him personally for the sacrifice and everything that they do. Cannot do it without you guys. Appreciate everything you guys do for us in this country. And with that being said, it's Legal Hand in the Face. We're definitely uncorked, we're unloaded, and we're out. We will see you guys next Tuesday.